Hello, my dear future doctors. Today I'm going to discuss something really important for your NEET 2026 preparation. So hardly we have 15 days left for the exam, and this 15 days is, everybody knows us, it is not easy to cover the whole syllabus to get the maximum score. But still, I'm telling you, 500 is possible in the last 15 days. If you're starting from zero, you have to work really hard. But definitely, I hope many students has already started your preparations and you are almost done your preparations, revisions and everything. So now I'm going to tell you a realistic strategy that you should follow in the last 15 days to boost your confidence, to boost your marks. As I mentioned, we are going to target, or we are targeting 500 plus. So definitely coming to 500 plus, we are going to focus on the biology part, because biology, if you're making sure 300 to 330, okay, so every day you can just focus on biology, and if you're targeting 330 plus in biology, most of our problems were sorted. And you can just focus 100 plus, okay, 100 plus in chemistry, and you can focus 80 plus in physics. This is what your target, okay. So for every subject you will be fixing the target. Now you can approach each of the subject in a different way, because your major focus is supposed to be biology, which means every day if you are spending 5 to 6 hours, you can crack 330 plus. But the 6 hours you have to be very dedicated, and there is no holidays, there is no break times. You should take break, but the whole day you cannot take break. 3 days I have studied, so the 4th day I have to take rest. So that is not possible. You have to spend in each and every day, in this 15 days, you have to spend at least 6 hours for biology, because our target is very high. 330 plus is our target. Next is obviously chemistry. So chemistry, comparing with physics, chemistry is little bit easier. So now your target will be coming to chemistry, 100 plus you need to get, which means almost 25 questions supposed to be correct, okay, almost 25 questions. And coming to physics, your target is 20 questions. If you are getting 20 questions correct enough, you are going to get 80 plus marks. Now the thing is, like, based on this, definitely biology you cannot skip anything, you have to study completely. And for chemistry, just focus on the chapters which will be giving you 25 questions, or you can just keep a target as 30 questions. So 30 questions, definitely NEET is having a pattern that regularly they will follow that. In some of the chapters, consistently they will be asking a minimum number of questions. So you can just go for the high weightage chapters, which you should make sure you will be getting 30 questions from it. You should study in detail all those chapters, everything you should study in detail. Coming to physics, your target is just 20 questions. So 20 questions, which means again you can just focus on only hardly like 6-7 high weightage chapters is enough to get this 80 marks. So you can just focus 2 to 3 hours for physics also. Now the thing is, like, this 15 days, in 15 days 500 plus is not easy, but it is not something which is not impossible. It is actually possible. For that, you should focus on 10 to 12. Okay, I have to say more specifically, I will say 12 plus hours. If it is possible, if you are starting from zero, you have to go for 12 plus hours. And definitely mock test is very important, because that is a kind of thing which we are preparing ourselves. Because just imagine 3-4 hours we need to sit somewhere, and without distraction we have to focus on the questions. We need to read the questions, we should understand these questions. Definitely for 1 hour, 2 hour it is going to be easy, but definitely those who have already written this mock test and these exams, definitely you know that after 2 hours we will be get distracted, we won't be getting the idea of questions. So we should practice ourselves before the exam. So for that, 2 full tests every 2 days, or otherwise in the last week every day you can go for the mock test, full length test you have to focus. And in this time, it is not a time that you should go for detailed lectures, 10 hours, 12 hours lecture. Go for quick revisions of each chapters. And also you should go for the PYQs. This time it is necessary for you people to focus on the PYQs, and always you should have the error notebook. Error notebook is the key for you, because you did 10 questions and you made some mistake, you are ignoring it, you are going for the next set of new 10 questions. That is not going to give you any impact. Focus on the first 10 questions, write why you couldn't solve the questions, what is the mistake you've made, and just keep the error book always along with you, because during the exam time you can just go through the error book. Definitely you will be get to know what are the mistakes you are not supposed to do. So that will be there. So definitely guys, I'm just requesting you people, please go for the error analysis book at least in the last 15 days. Even if you are spending 1 hour for that also, it is not something which is not going to be useful. Okay, it will be useful. Even if you are spending 1 hour, I'm telling you, that is having the high weightage. Okay, that error analysis will give you some weightage. That is what I'm saying you. During the exam time, you will get to know, okay, I did this question, but I don't know what is a mistake I have done. Same mistake you will repeat. So that is why I'm telling you, please focus on the error analysis book. Now, every day you will be waking up early, and that is up to you. So because many students they are ready to stay at the night. Okay, they are ready to even study till 3 a.m. That is fine, that is your choice. Depending upon that, the schedule will also change. So starting the first 3 hours when you're waking up, so almost the first 3 hours you can focus on biology. As I mentioned, we are just focusing 330 plus in biology, which is not easy, like in the sense you are just studying 1 hour and you should get 330. That is not possible. So please be aware, the first 3 hours you will be focusing on biology. NCERT is the key. Don't go for anything else, just study NCERT, and you should have a proper idea about the diagrams, tables, examples, everything. And also every time whenever you are studying the biology, okay, you study the first chapter, close the book, and then go for a recap. Okay, you should tell everything. That is the only way in the last few days to remember the things, because we are going to accommodate a lot of things in our brain in the last 15 days. So this recall will help you to store the data again. Okay, so that is what one of the thing. Next 9:32 you will be taking a 30 minutes of break, you will be having your lunch and everything. So next 2.5 hours you will be spending chemistry, and in that you can see 1.5 hours the concept revision you will do. Next one is 1 hour you will be doing the MCQs, and daily on an average 100 to 120 questions you have to do from this chemistry. Next is obviously we will be going for physics. 2 hours we are choosing, and in this you will be going for quick revision, formula revision, and you will be majorly focusing on the PYQs. Okay, so you have to spend 30 minutes hardly for the revision part. The rest of the time you will be spending on the PYQs. Majorly I will say PYQs. So you will be get to know how to approach the questions, what are the type of questions coming. Actually you will be getting the pattern of the questions. Okay, so next is we will be going for the night. Okay, night, the 2 hours you will be going for full test. Okay, and you will be focusing on the weak areas, and the last 1 hour, okay, you will be focusing on the the error analysis. Error analysis is very important. Even if you are spending 1 hour, 1.5 hours, it is not at all a problem, but you should do it in this 15 days regularly. You should do, otherwise I'm telling you, after the exam you will regret. You will feel like, okay, if I had this error book I won't make this mistake. Okay, so that is what I'm saying. So now let us go for the subject wise. So biology we will be going for, again I have mentioned, you will be going for studying biology in detail, every chapter. You cannot skip any of the chapters, and you will be majorly focusing on the NCERT, all examples, all the details, and every time once you are done with it, you should go for the recap of each of the chapters, and 300 to 400 MCQs you should do. Okay, 3 hours only you are doing for the concept. The rest of the 3 hours you should go for the MCQ practice. Once you have studied well, the 3 hours if you spent well, definitely this number is not something very impossible. Okay, you can just do 300 plus MCQs for biology. Now it is a turn for chemistry. So chemistry you will be going for the formula revision, the PYQs you will focus, and minimum of 3 hours every day you should spend for the chemistry part. Again, focus on the PYQs in the beginning, and definitely 120 plus questions you should do. Maybe if your focus, okay, maybe if your focus is coming 100 plus or 80 plus, definitely you should do this number of questions from the chapters which you chose. Okay, I'm telling you, don't go for perfection, completing the whole syllabus and everything. Study which you feel like high weightage chapters, because your target is 100 plus. So that is even possible with less number of chapters, and you can just focus on the PYQs. So based on that, I'm telling you, don't cover the whole syllabus. If you think like you are starting from zero, focus on the high weightage chapters, and from those chapters you can go for 120 to 150 plus MCQs. And next is physics. Of course, you can just go for quick revisions only. Major focus should be on the PYQs. You should do as much of questions. Okay. So every day 2 to 3 hours you can spend it for physics, and minimum of 80 questions you should do it from each of the chapter. Every day you should make sure at least I have done 80 questions from that day for physics, because in physics, more than the concept, it is all about the questions, how many questions you have done. By doing the questions only, you will be getting the confidence that you can just do more number of questions. You can do the, you can understand the approach, how to solve the numericals. So for that, at least in the last 15 days, you should do 80 questions minimum from this physics. Okay. So now, these are the important things which I wanted to tell you. And also, we know that it is not easy. 500 plus is not easy. But if you are dedicatedly sitting for this, I'm telling you it is possible. And as I mentioned, the targeted scores you know, and majorly just focus on the PYQs. Especially when it comes to physics and chemistry, go for the PYQs based study, because you cannot just complete everything, and focus on the high weightage chapters. Especially when it comes to physics, you can go for electrostatics, that will be giving you 3 questions, and for current electricity, that is again 3 to 4 questions, magnetism again 3 questions, ray optics again 3 questions, and dual nature 4 questions. Not dual nature, modern physics, and the semiconductor again 3 questions. So if your target is like around 80, you can just focus on these chapters only. So you can just finish your revision and the problem solving in this 8 or in few days you can just do it. So my focus will be just do 1 to 10. First 10 days you should go for whatever I have mentioned. The revision you will do. Okay, the revision you will do the PYQ practice, as well as you will be going for the full length test. Okay, also you should go for the PYQs. Test plus error analysis is very, very important. This is what you will be doing in the first 10 days. Now the focus is on the last 5 days. Okay. So here you should choose the subject and chapters. Biology, as I mentioned, no compromise for it. Even if you are dedicatedly sitting for 2 more days is also fine, because biology, our target is 330. Okay. And the advantage of biology, if you have studied something, you will get the result. It is not something like physics and chemistry. Maybe if you have studied the concept very well also, maybe sometimes you cannot solve the questions. But at the same time, in case of biology, it is not like that. You can, whatever you have studied on the basis, you will be getting the exact equivalent mark. So that is what focus on biology. Even if you are extending for 2 more days for biology, then also it is fine, and focusing on the PYQs, the test error analysis on the first 10 days, and the last 10 days is very crucial. You should go for the formula revision for both chemistry and physics. Okay. And in the chemistry, you will be having a lots of reactions as well. So you should go for all the reactions. You should keep a separate note of it. You should go for all those things. Just spend some good time for it, because 80% of the questions were based on formulas and these reactions. So definitely chemistry and physics, you can just make sure some of the marks from it. Or even if you don't know the concept, some equations will help you at some point, because at least few questions will directly ask the equations. So formula revision is very important in the last few days, and you should go for this one. And also quick revision for the chapters. Okay, quick revision for the chapters which you have already done, that you can just do. And also the full length test you have to continue here. At least in the last 5 days, 3 full length tests you have to make sure you have done before going for the exam. Last 5 days, at least 3 full tests you should do, and you should go for the error analysis. That is again and again very, very important. Go for the quick revisions again. Do the questions which you made mistake in the test. that repeat again, and the questions which, I mean, while you are solving, while you are studying these first 10 days, you will get to know some of the chapters where you couldn't perform well, some of the questions you couldn't do it, those questions you can repeat here also. So this is what I have to, what I want to tell you during this 15 days. You can utilize like this. Definitely this is going to be very helpful for you. Don't compromise yourself. Every day 10 to 12 hours is mandatory. You people have to stay and you people have to study. So thank you so much guys, all the very best.